Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we honor longtime RedHawks manager Doug Simunic. Simonic's teams were known for their offensive prowess, as the teams he led were consistently among the league leaders in runs scored, hits, and batting average. Simonic's emphasis on finding aggressive hitters and smart situational hitting helped his teams to score runs in bunches and put pressure on opposing defenses. Simunic was also known for his dedication to his players, as he helped to develop many young players who went on to have successful careers in independent and affiliated baseball. Simonic's career has many notable accomplishments, including winningest manager in independent baseball history with 1,346 total wins with a winning percentage of .585. 22 seasons with the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks from 1996 to 2017, which represents the longest single tenure for any manager with one team. 6 times he was named Manager of the Year. His 1998 RedHawks team is widely considered the greatest independent team of all time and was named Independent Team of the Decade for the 90s by Baseball America. Simi's teams winners of 6 league championships, 5 with Fargo-Moorhead in 1998, 2003, 2006, 2009, and 2010. And in 25 seasons managing, he posted 22 winning seasons and reached the playoffs 19 times. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to Newman Outdoor Field our very own number 33, Doug Simunic. We now send it down to the field and to the voice of the RedHawks, Jack Michaels.
Thank you, Bob. I'll tell you what, it's great to see Doug and Steph and Allison and her better half, Mike. So good to see Simi back here. In a moment, you'll hear from Bruce Thome, Josh Buchholz, Chris Coast, and a special night tonight. Many asked, how did this thing start with Doug Simunic? And we don't have a lot of time tonight, but I will tell you this. It is the fall of 1995. This area had been without professional baseball for 3.5 decades. And then we learned that we were going to get a professional baseball team. Well, you had to hire people. You had to build a stadium. Bruce Thome went out and hired a general manager named John Dietrich. And those of us that were ready to get employed as broadcasters or what have you, but he needed a manager, needed a pitching coach. I'm doing a sports show on KFGO radio at night, fall of 1995. Bruce Thome, our fearless leader, the general, calls the studio and says, Jack, meet me at the mall. It's raining out, and I said, Bruce, I'm doing a sports show. Have Bob Harris do it. You meet me at the mall. There's a couple of guys I want you to meet. So long story short, I leave KFGO radio. I drive to the mall, the granary. I'm in the parking lot. It's raining cats and dogs. And I'm walking in with Bruce Thome. I said, who are we meeting? He said, I got 2 guys in there I want to hire. They were in Winnipeg. There was the manager of the Goldeyes, brought the Goldeyes success, and the pitching coach. Come in here and talk a little baseball. Tell them how great Fargo-Moorhead, West Fargo, this area is. Tell them how great that is. So that'll be easy. Yeah, just talk some baseball. I want to hire these guys. So I sit down, and Bruce and I get a table, and there's Doug Simunic and Jeff Bittiger. I don't know them. They don't know me. Bruce maybe knows them. They kind of don't know Bruce. It's just total random. And we're at a restaurant in the mall. And I see these guys. We're all talking baseball. I know Bruce's endeavor. He wants to hire these guys. I know their endeavor. They're looking for a contract. They want to be the first manager and pitching coach of the RedHawks. And on that night, on a rainy night in the fall of 1995, on a beer-stained napkin, I watched Bruce Thome signed Doug Simunic to a contract to become the manager of the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks and everything Bob just talked about and all those championships. How about that night? He snatched them from Winnipeg. With all due respect, Goldeyes people watching tonight, here's what we didn't know. On the table next to us is a husband and wife or couple within earshot. They're from Winnipeg, Manitoba. That night ends, they kind of overhear a little bit of news and history. What do? They call the Winnipeg Free Press, which Bruce and I leave. Bruce's last words were, "Jack, this is highly secret. Nobody knows about it. Not a word to anybody." I'm like, "You got it, General. Loyal employee." Next morning, it is all over Canada, all over Winnipeg. Fargo-Moorhead media have it, and Drew's like, "Who leaked this out?" That couple sitting next to us that leaked that out to the Winnipeg Free Press. But I'll tell you what, history was made that night, and just think of all those championships and banners that we watched. Allison being born in 1997 here. My goodness gracious, she's a graduate from West Virginia University. Steph, Mike, it's really good to have you back, Doug. We are going to hear from Chairman Bruce Thome. We will hear tonight from Deputy Commissioner Josh Buchholz, and we will hear next from Manager Chris Coast. Let's start with the man that got that napkin out and signed Doug Simunic, the one and only Bruce Thome.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you. That was a memorable night. There's no question about it. We've had an awful lot of memorable nights here at Newman Outdoor Field in the last 28 years. And it has been a real pleasure of mine. We didn't always agree. I think Doug would say that. We maybe had a few ups and downs, but that's not the point. The point is everything ended well. We are very proud of him for all that he did. The winningest independent baseball manager in America. That's quite a record. That is quite a record. And when I met Doug today, I said to him, "You look as good as you did when you left 6 years ago." He said, "I wish you did." So with no further ado, I want to turn it over to Josh Buchholz, the Deputy Commissioner, who was our General Manager for the RedHawks for a number of years. Josh, take it away.
Thank you, Bruce. And thank you all for being here tonight to honor my friend Doug Simunic. Pardon the notes. I didn't want to really forget anything here. There's much more I could say, but I am honored to be here to honor my friend Doug for all that he contributed to this organization. We met in the early summer of 1996. I wandered into the clubhouse without a job, and I left with a career by the end of that summer, not knowing that, due to this guy. And I'm not the only one. Because of what Doug brought to Fargo-Moorhead as a manager and as a recruiter of men to occupy that dugout and play the game out here, he made baseball in this area better. I grew up playing baseball in this area without any dreams or hopes or inclination of a professional career, and everything that I have is due to Doug. I kept my mouth shut, my ears open. I learned so much. I moved into the front office. Our relationship continued to bud. Became the general manager after the 2005 season. And what I can say about Doug, he made our life in that office so easy. It would be hard to believe. We had our battles too, much like Bruce, but we had so much fun, and all he cared about was winning baseball out here in full stands. And everybody came out night after night after night, whether we were shooting fireworks or he was dancing with Myra Noodleman. It didn't matter to Doug, because when the lights came on and the boys went out there to play and he got to manage that game, he was in the greatest spot in the world. This was our major leagues, and you all helped make that happen. So thank you to the fans, number one, for continuing to come out and support this great product that Doug helped build here for many years. He's a trailblazer in our industry. He taught so many people how to build teams, and what Doug did in 1996 and before he came to Fargo, building teams, is the industry standard now. He was the first one, this guy right here. So we're all fortunate to have you back here, Doug. Congratulations. Your name definitely belongs up there.
Thank you.
And I'm honored to be here and wish you nothing but the best.
Thanks, man.
And now another guy he gave an opportunity to, my friend Chris Coast.
Thanks, Buck. I'm trying my best to keep it together a little bit, but the hardest part is trying to wear this uniform because it doesn't fit.
This really won't fit.
No, but the impact that Simi made on all of us, it's, man, you really can't even calculate it, honestly. Like, whether you played for him or you had the privilege to play against him, you loved to hate him. In every game that Doug was a part of, it felt like the 7th game of the World Series. And that's one of the reasons why baseball in Fargo became so special, is because a lot of us didn't know how this was going to go. Ownership didn't know how it was going to go, but they did what they did best, and they brought in the right people. And once again, when you played for Doug, you had to play like it was the 7th game, and that made us better. And without this guy right here, I'm certainly not standing here. I certainly don't play in the big leagues, and a lot of guys could say the same. And everything that I do now is based on what he taught us all from 1996 to 1999, and there's not a day goes by where we don't tell stories about Doug. Robbie Lopez and I, we try to reenact some of the things. I'd love to sit here and tell you a million stories, but most of them are not PG, so I'm going to turn it over to Doug here real quick, because nobody does a better job in front of a mic than this guy right here. So happy to have him back. If you appreciate the history of the RedHawks in this league, this is the man. Giddy up.
There you go. Jack, thank you.
Chris Coast. You can tell the impact Doug has on his players with the emotion right there. This time, please turn your attention to the video board. Doug, we've got some special messages from some of your former players.
Hey, Doug, I just wanted to congratulate you on having your number retired. It's well-deserved. You can't think about RedHawks baseball without thinking about Doug Simunic. So I just wanted to congratulate you from the baseball field. And one of our hitting approaches for our 11U baseball team is how you taught hitting the entire time that I was there. So we had 53 runs we scored on this past Sunday, and I feel like it was really a big part of your teaching. So as a result, here it is.
See it good. See it good.
Congratulations, Simi, on getting your number retired. No one deserves it more than number 33. Big thanks from myself and probably all the local guys that you gave a chance to. We always appreciate it. We knew if we went out and performed that we'd have a spot, and it really worked out great for myself and a lot of others. So big thank you and congratulations again.
Simi, huge congratulations, having number 33 hanging in the rafters at Newman Outdoor Field. I'm so proud of you. To think 20 some years ago, we met 10 years as your pitching coach. You mentored me like no other. The ability to bring young men together and have one common goal, and that was to win and represent the city of Fargo. Congratulations, man. This is well-deserved.
Dougie Fresh. Steve Mortimer here from the 09 Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks. Congratulations on an incredible career, illustrious career, a lot of winning. Had an impact on a lot of players, and I'm one of those players. You were there for me at a time in my career where I didn't know what my next term was going to be, what my next move was going to be. And in you, I found a manager, a leader, a mentor, a friend, and somebody that made the game fun. Again, I often wonder what would have happened if I had come back for a second season or a third or a fourth. But my time in Fargo was very impactful on my life, and I appreciate you being a part of that and leading the guys the way that you did. Congratulations. Number 33 will be at Newman Outdoor forever, and that is an amazing accomplishment. I love you, buddy. I miss you, and I'm really happy that I got to play for you.
Hey, Doug, it's your favorite shortstop, Zach Penpraise. I want to congratulate you on your retirement. Number 33 is forever going to be at Newman Outdoor Field. Man, the memories that we made in that place are just unforgettable. And I just want to say congratulations, and I hope this song brings back some memories.
What do tigers dream of when they take a little tiger snooze? Do they dream of mauling zebras or Halle Berry in her Catwoman suit? Well, don't you worry your pretty striped head, we're gonna get you back to Tyson and your cozy tiger bed. And then we're gonna find our best friend Doug, and then we're gonna give him a best friend hug. Doug, Doug, oh, Doug, 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 Doug.
And for you fans, that's a song that we played for Doug all the time on the bus. I wish I could be there, man. I love you, Doug. Congratulations.
And he's right. You'd get on the bus and the players Doug would come on, and then they'd start that. Then we're gonna find a bit. So without further ado, and we'll hear from more players throughout the game tonight. But without further ado, direct your attention to the first base side here as we unveil Doug Simunic, number 33, forever. That's a pretty special group. And also behind home plate, President of the RedHawks, you want to reveal that at this point, Brad?
Yeah, we just got a little something else for Doug here. We had this made up for you, Douglas. From our good friend at Frame the Game. Take it home with you. We'll actually pay to have it shipped home for you. How's that? Congratulations.
Well, we came here tonight. I know Simi's good at those lineup cards, getting players. Spoken that post-game show to you. This is his night. Ladies and gentlemen, Doug Simunic.
Hello, Fargo. Good to be back. Good to see everybody. Nice crowd. Always like a nice crowd. I've been asked a few questions over the last few weeks. Where were you on June 7th, 1996? Where were you? You were over at Jack Williams. That's where we played. We would bus from the football complex over there over to Jack Williams, and we thought we were going to get a real nice bus to do it in. But we didn't get it. We got a school bus. So on we went in our school bus over to Jack Williams, and we had come off a little bit of a losing streak, and we won. And then we won the next night, and Dietrich, general manager, John, said, "We'll get you the good bus." I said, "Oh, no, you don't. We're going to ride this yellow bus to these games over there until the wheels come off." But that was a unique time, very unique. We had a plan. We had a plan to play at a different place. And then when we came over here, you people really turned it on. You filled this place every night. It was a wonderful event. Every game meant something. Like Josh said, it was baseball 24 hours a day. We were doing it. So that was nice. Prior to that season starting, we used what's now called Bucky Burgow Field as one of our practice sites. And I was over there one day looking at it. I was prior to us starting practice there. And here comes this long, lanky, skinny kid. Chris Coase was his name. And I said, "Holy smolies, where did we get him?" So he got out of the car, and we started talking, and I said, what does our batting cage over home plate need? He said, it needs a little work. I said, you know where there's a hardware store? He said, yeah. So we got in my car. We started driving to Joe's Hardware in Moorhead or whatever it was called, and we got some materials. And when we were in there, he said to me, oh, by the way, what's my role on the team going to be? And I said, just relax, son. You just got here. You know, this is pro ball. This is going to be full of pro guys. And he said, wow. So we got back in the car to drive back to the field, and he said, Coach, I just got to ask you one more time. What's my role going to be? I said, I don't know. And 3 weeks later, he was my starting catcher. He never caught a game in his life. We put him back there, gave him some on-the-job training, and then he made it to the major leagues. And, you know, what a proud guy, and I'm proud of what he did. And now I'm proud of him being the manager here. He's done a wonderful job. But let me tell you guys one last thing. When this stadium's full and you're managed 20-some years and you come out of that dugout right there on opening night and you get that ovation from you people, as you get later in your life, knowing that you're not going to get to do it forever, emotions start taking over as you hit the dirt, and then you hit the grass, and then you hit home plate, and you can get a big lump in your throat and start crying. Big ovations. And I remember those. But there was only one ovation here bigger than the ones I got. Anybody know who that was for? You guys had a flood here in 2009, and there was water all over. And we wouldn't even know if we were going to play opening night, but we got the stadium full, and everybody had a black T-shirt on. And out comes this burly guy. What was it, Dennis Wallaker? And he walked through that gate, and this place came unglued. And I was standing on the rail over there wondering, what in the hell did this guy do? He walked on water. He knew something about how to move some water left and right and left. And he got about a 5-minute ovation, and I'll never forget that night. It was a wonderful night. But, hey, thanks for the unveiling. Thank you, Brad, Bruce. Appreciate it. Hope we can see each other again soon. And let's play ball.
We did great. Denny Wallaker is a fabric of Fargo-Moorhead. Doug Simunic, a fabric of Fargo-Moorhead. One more thing before we go, Doug. Every year we play for the Miles Wolf Cup. Last year, the RedHawks were the Miles Wolf Cup champions. Miles Wolf, a pioneer in baseball. Doug, turn your attention to the video board in left center field for a final message.
Doug, congratulations on having your number retired by the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks. That's a great honor. We also have another great honor to announce. You've been elected to the American Association Hall of Fame. You'll be inducted into the Hall of Fame at the All-Star Game in Milwaukee in July. It's just a great honor to be able to tell you this, and congratulations.
And congratulations, Simi, on being inducted into the American Association Hall of Fame. Thank you for all you've done for Fargo and the RedHawks organization. Fans, let's hear it one more time for Doug Simunic. And just a reminder that Simi will be available for autographs out on the concourse after the first pitch tonight. Congratulations, Doug. Thanks for coming home.